These cheeseheads are something else. Let's quiet them down.
You're on feet. Let's go.
Facing one of the heavyweights tonight.
And both sides on the floor getting ready for the game ahead. It's almost that time. Welcome and good evening. We welcome you to our Monday night broadcast of the NBA here on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan, and by my side, Greg Anthony and Brent Beer. And from the sideline, David Aldridge. A moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for Jimmy Butler.
And looking at his offensive numbers from the past few years, it seems like teams around the league have kind of figured him out. He's having to work a lot harder for his points, and they haven't been coming nearly as easily as they used to.
We've seen it already this season, and P has an elevated intent to win. Anytime he's matched up against one of the league's power teams. You know what? He loves these kind of challenges.
And I don't expect him to hold anything back tonight. With the success they've had in these tough games lately, he's going to go all out to keep building that momentum.
Now Golden State's starting five. In the backcourt, we'll see Curry and Podziemski. Payton is out there with Butler, and it's Mr. Incredible in at the center position. Now you can expect the threes to fly tonight, Brent. Both of these teams are full of sharpshooters.
Well, which team gets hot first, Kevin, I think is going to be most important. Shooting is rhythm. How do you establish that rhythm? You've got to move the ball, move yourself, and maybe the team that gets hot first is going to be the one that ultimately comes out on top.
Pass to Podziemski. And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet more set on that screen. Easy call.
Got to hold firm or you're going to get a call.
We're about 1 minute into the first. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Doc Rivers gave me a few minutes to catch up with him. Now, I asked Coach what the game plan was when it comes to defending Jimmy Butler. He said to me, we have to make sure we match his energy level. Jimmy is one of those guys that goes all out every second. We want our guys to do the same on D. It won't be easy, but they think they found a way to contain him. Guys?
Thank you, David. Curry against Lillard. Trent outside. Kuzma outside. Antetokounmpo finds Trent. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. It's good from long range.
And that's been Lillard's forte ever since breaking into the league.
Looking at the last game for Milwaukee, it was a loss to the 76ers.
In the NBA, you've got to keep pace. It's a fast track out there, and I thought their lack of hustle defensively was the story of the game.
You can't allow any opponent to shoot that kind of percentage. If you do, it's just going to be so tough to keep up.
It's his first trip to the line. And he knocks down the first one.
Yeah, so easy to root for Stephen Curry because of how much fun he seems to have on the floor. Embraces the competition, but is able to laugh it off when something doesn't go his way. A lot of things do, though.
Well, Greg, it took 40 years, but the Bucks finally won their second NBA title back in 2021.
Yeah, and Kareem leading that 71 squad. Giannis was the man in 2021, averaging 35 and 13 during the finals, closing out the Suns with that 50-piece in Game 6.
Always going up for the alley-oop here, and stolen by Lillard. Here's Portis, and Portis throws it down.
And bigs like Portis can get up and make those dunks look sweet.
And here's Curry, who brings it up for the Golden State Warriors. They trail by one. This game coming on the heels of their win against Chicago.
Yeah, and with most of the arena against them, They just banded together and trusted one another to make the right play.
Yeah, and in that game, it turned into a massive scoring night. It wasn't so much about the game plan as it was establishing early confidence to get that win.
Here's Lillard after the made shot from Mr. Incredible. Count that bucket. Portis has got his second bucket of the night.
Not easy to keep Bobby Portis away from the painted area where he carves out a lot of room and just works hard.
Curry passes to Mr. Incredible. Podziemski with it. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. And stolen by Portis. Kuzma against Payton. Kuzma inside. Goes back up. Warriors with the rebound.
His touch has left him in this quarter. Nowhere close to the kind of output they need from him.
Here's Podziemski. Right on the bucket. A lot of give and take between these sides early.
Yeah, and both teams look like they came to play. We should have a good one.
And Doc Rivers has called a timeout. Looking for a breather and maybe just one or two things to talk about. And some changes here for the Warriors. Green, he's checked in for Jimmy Butler. Kuminga comes in for Payton. And it's Moses Moody in for Brandon Podziemski. .59 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Here's Porter. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Now, here's the jam!
You knew something good was coming, Kevin, right? For all the things that Draymond does, when he gets dunks, it makes him even more excitable.
And that's life above the rim, courtesy of our AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Smith on the wing. Back to Porter. 6 to shoot. Over Moody. Mr. Incredible pulls it in.
That's a shocker there. Did not expect him to miss from that range. He's got to be shooting close to 60% from there.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Now here's Lillard. 35 points for him last game against Philadelphia.
And guys, the other thing that he did well was just facilitate the offense, pass the ball around beautifully in that one. Seriously, put on a passing clinic.
There's Porter with the three, and that shot was up in time but doesn't go in. So at the end of one quarter of play, still a close game. Warriors lead by 3. And we'll... And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And a moment here to take a look at some of the hustle stats for the Warriors.
How about the ferocity we have seen from them on defense? I mean, they're looking to contest every shot that goes up.
Well, they've done a great job tonight of getting out in transition, so that focus on fast break, that'll add to your total in a hurry.
So with Lillard on the bench, here's the 5 for Doc Rivers right now. They've got Smith. Rollins is out there with Kevin Porter. And then there's Antetokounmpo. And it's Prince in at the small forward position. With a short... break in the action gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Mr. Incredible in their last matchup against the Bulls was terrific. He scored 14 points and, as usual, controlled the glass. The numbers he put up were really impressive, and he's somebody everybody loves watching. Guys, back to you.
David, we appreciate the update. Greg, we'll see if he can keep rolling here tonight.
Yeah, and that's the rub. When he's in rhythm, he can carry your team across the line.
And you want to see him make sure that the teammates are also involved in what they're doing, especially if he draws that much attention.
Here's Moody. Outside for Curry. Outside Kuminga. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Green. And the rejection by Giannis. They get the rebound. Here's Mr. Incredible. Well, it was only a matter of time, but they finally get the bucket.
Well, he seems to be in the right place at the right time more often than anybody that's on the court here tonight. We see that pay off.
Right at the free throw line. Porter kicks to Smith. Kicks it out to Prince. Off target from three-point range.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
And well over halfway into the season now, GA, how much have the rookies changed since the start of the season?
Kevin, most are completely different players, right? The foundation was there, but they know their role on the team, and it's more about refining their game than learning it.
Milwaukee making a switch here. Sims is checked in. Hields checked in for the Warriors. Podziemski's coming in for Stephen Curry.
Now, there's some easy offense there. Keep finding looks in that area, and their shooting percentages tonight are going to be off the charts.
Hield from outside. Cans it from downtown. Hield's got the lead up to 5 now for the Warriors.
Now, Hield has a beautiful release on his shot right there, just barely off of his fingertips and buttery soft.
Here's Sims. Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
An aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. Bucks passing it around. Prince looking around. Pass to Antetokounmpo. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. Mr. Incredible's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Here's Green. That shot misses. Some solid defense from Antetokounmpo. Brent, Draymond Green's resume speaks for itself. What's he do though that we may not see or appreciate?
Well, Kevin, Draymond Green does such a great job of being a connector and communicator defensively. It is remarkable the way that he can impact every position on the floor by the way he uses both his position and his voice. Forget about the offense. Draymond takes on the challenge every night defensively, and that makes him elite.
Pass to Podziemski. Here is Mr. Incredible. Golden State needs to get off a shot. And Kuminga gets it to go.
Kuminga carrying with him some confidence here.
Bucks trail by 5. And Doc Rivers has called a timeout. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over. And some changes here for the Warriors. Butler comes in for Green, and it's Payton in for Jonathan Kuminga. .56 seconds left in the first half of the game. And Lillard kicks to Portis. Offline with his 3.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
They kick out to Hield. Off target from outside.
He's not the guy that you want to give a wide open look from three-point range. They're lucky that that one doesn't cost them.
And there's the foul. It goes on Mr. Incredible. That is his first foul of the game. 34 seconds left now here in the second. Portis, the pass to Trent. Shot clock at 6. Puts up a deep 3.
Not much success from beyond the arc for him here. They should look to work it inside a little bit more and get some easy looks in the paint.
Mr. Incredible can't get it to go. Fires from way outside. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Warriors ahead. They're up by 5. We'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
Welcome to halftime, and after 2 quarters played, some ground to make up for the Milwaukee Bucks.
I gotta see more fight on the glass. They're in a slugfest. Winning the battle of the boards can swing this game.
But do they have the personnel to do it? I agree with you. They need to do it better, but can they?
And now, not a bad time. And that is a wrap. Now let's send you back to Kevin Harlan for the...
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. Curry with a strong contribution so far in this one.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, just way too easy out there, and I'm sure Coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
And on the floor for Steve Kerr as we get into the second half. In the backcourt, we'll see Curry and Podziemski. Butler out there with Mr. Incredible. And it's Payton in at the three. Curry looking it over. On the wing, Payton. Still without a basket. Here's Mr. Incredible. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. For years, it seemed like the league was going to go smaller. But lately, Greg, it seems like size is back in fashion.
Yeah, I mean, look at the MVP award, right? Centers and Jokic and Embiid winning it recently. Even Giannis, you know, I wouldn't consider him small. And just overall around the NBA, it feels like bigger teams are having more success.
Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, the Bucks are still trying to perfect their chemistry. Bobby Portis says things take time. You've got to keep continuing to build it. There's another level Dame and Giannis can get to, just making it clockwork. Them continuing to get better at it opens the floor for everyone else on the court. Kevin?
Well, David, with those two guys, Dame and Giannis, it opens the floor up a lot. Hey, thanks for the report. To the inside, here's Portis. Got a piece of it.
The third quarter has not started well, just 1 of 4.
Here's Butler. Butler gets it to go off the drive.
Defense just clearing out there as Butler on the drive, playing very physical with the ball.
Jimmy Butler just seems to raise his game come playoff time, Brent. It is a thing of beauty.
It's pretty awesome to see that kind of confidence where a guy just lays in the weeds for a little while and then in the biggest moments comes in and stands out. So that's not always just about Jimmy Butler. It's about his team having that kind of confidence in how he performs in the biggest moments.
Pass to Mr. Incredible. Golden State moving the ball around. A 3 ball from Curry.
Well, the talk at halftime must have been a good one. Right now, 3 straight buckets to start the quarter.
And we've got a timeout called. Bucks trail by 5. So with Lillard on the bench, here's the 5 for Doc Rivers right now. Jackson is out there with Antetokounmpo. Then there's Rollins. Then it's Taurean Prince. And it's Porter at the 1. Down low, Prince. And it's Antetokounmpo picking up the assist. Antetokounmpo's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. The kick outside to Butler. And another 3 for Golden State.
And that's how you share the ball. They got what they wanted, and Butler put the finishing touches on it.
On the wing, Giannis. Outside, Porter. Mr. Incredible pulls it in. Mr. Incredible's got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. Pass to Payton. He lobs it up. Porter with the steal. Just over a minute play here in the 4th. It's tipped.
A good job by him on the glass here tonight. +8 in that department.
And it was still over the rim. Offensive basket interference. Bucks trail by 6. Antetokounmpo looking over the floor, and Antetokounmpo slams it in.
I don't know how many defenders are stopping Giannis when he's up like that.
Pass to Podziemski. Three-pointer, Payton drains it from beyond the arc.
The defense a step slow, and you can see the results.
Milwaukee's gone past the three-point line for 13 of their shots, 6 of 13. Here's Antetokounmpo, inside, Antetokounmpo, automatic.
Now he's put on a shooting display here in the second half. He really seems to be in a great groove right now.
Butler on the way, guarded by Prince. Bounce pass, Butler. Clock at 6. Here is Mr. Incredible, Antetokounmpo defending. Curry's shot is good.
12 straight points off of three-pointers, and the D looks shell-shocked.
And we've got a timeout called by Doc Rivers. He's very aware of the timing here and the significance of getting things squared away with his team. Here's what Milwaukee's going with right now. Bobby Portis is checked in for Prince. Kyle Kuzma comes in for Jackson. Prince checked in for Kevin Porter. And it's Damian Lillard in for Rollins. And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Well, during the break, I listened in on Doc Rivers talking to the team. Now, he had some pros and cons. He said, I like our play inside. But what's happening at the arc, fellas? We got to start making some shots. Needs more production from the outside. Guys?
Thank you, David. To the paint. He blocks it again.
A defensive stalwart so far. That's 6 blocks.
Greg protecting the rim. Love the hustle. Around 3 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Kuzma kicks to Trent. Mr. Incredible pulls it in. Mr. Incredible's got rebound number 12 here already in the game. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Clever move by Curry, taking the foul, but still getting the shot off.
And what's your take, guys, in the hustle steps for the Warriors?
They've been active defensively, rotating well, and then also closing out on shots. It's resulted in a number of blocks.
The other part about tonight, you got to give credit to the coaching staff. They came in here with a great game plan, defensively locked in. They were ready for the sets. They jumped in passing lanes, came away with steals. I mean, they anticipated just about everything.
I think what makes Giannis special is how uncomplicated he is. The man is just an incredible, pure athlete who simply loves the game of basketball. That's all there is to it.
And he ends up making the second, and that narrows the gap to 7.
Now, the team's struggling to come back. He really wanted all of those free throws.
Payton outside. And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. Shots good by Mr. Incredible. And it's 13 points for Mr. Incredible.
And really a good job spotting his teammate near the bucket and then just pinpoint passing for the finish.
Antetokounmpo. Lillard against Curry. Over in the corner, Portis. 6 on the shot clock. And again, the Bucks miss. Golden State's gotten off to a great start from three-point range in the final quarter. They're a perfect 3 of 3. Curry dishes to Butler. Here is Mr. Incredible. They set the pick. Pass to Podziemski. Over Trent. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. And now an 11-point Warrior lead.
Finishing strong. This is how you want to close things out.
Yeah, definitely putting a stamp on this one. A very, very decisive.
Substitution on the court. .26 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Payton looking it over. Pass to Mr. Incredible. Now Curry puts up a 3. Giannis grabs the miss. so we see the Warriors get the win here. A solid win on the road for them. This building.
They really thought they had a chance tonight. Good game, MP.